All right, wings up, wings up. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Wings up to everyone that's on the call. Wings up to you. I am so glad to see all of you all that's on the call today. Guys, I want to just let you know, before we get started, that I don't take, and I was saying this just briefly before I got cut off where I didn't have my mic on. I'm sorry. I don't take it lightly. All of you all that's on the call, especially those of you all that has been with us for some time now. I'm looking out and I see people like Eve and Ophelia and Benny and some of the other ones that some of you all that has kind of stuck it out with us. Just want to let you know, guys, we do appreciate you all. Thank you for showing up and being consistent in your showing up time after time. So hopefully what we're teaching you and what we are learning today is going to help you increase what it is that you're doing as it relates to building your network with G2 Global Network and building that agency up. So hopefully we can spark some get some wheels turning as it relates to the psychology and the mindset of how recruiting goes, because we know that part of this business and most of this business is about recruiting. You want to start having that mindset of building a network and recruiting new and innovative people, new energy into your circle. One of the things that you're going to see even in this network, and I've said it some years ago, you're going to see an influx of people that's going to come in, that's going to go out, that's going to come in, just new people because of the mindset, okay? And just keeping that mindset of recruiting and creating that duplication is what's going to continue to help us to grow. And you as individuals have to keep that same mindset. As you're growing your network, especially with this type of platform, you want to make sure that recruiting is on the forefront of everything that you're doing. You're trying to build your agencies. You're trying to recruit and look for different networking partners. In your field of sales and networking, it's all about recruiting people to come on board and to see your vision and to see the picture that you're painting. Okay, so what I want to talk about is just that mindset of successful recruiting. Okay, successful recruiting. All right. So recruiting, what really is recruiting? When you think about recruiting, it's not just about bringing people in. Okay. It's not just about bringing people in. Recruiting is the process of transferring your belief into an opportunity into somewhere else. Okay. Recruiting is the process of transferring your belief in an opportunity into someone else. All right. So it's not just about bringing people in. It's about influencing people. It's about influencing their belief system. It's about transferring that vision, right? It's about being able to show what you see and create that alignment, right? You have to be able to show the vision of what it is that you're so excited about. And that's with anything, whether it's G2 Global Network, whether it's whatever it is that you're building, and you have to have people involved. You want to be able to convert and transfer that vision. That's it. So, and the only way that you can do that is number one, you have to number one believe in the vision and believe in the system yourself. Okay. So recruiting is not just about bringing people in. All right. It's about transferring your belief into an opportunity into someone else, transferring that vision and creating that alignment. Once you can transfer that vision, right, and you believe believe in exactly what it is that you're doing, when you create alignment, You're looking for a synergy between what it is that you do and their need. All right. So at its core, recruiting is identifying potential. It's identifying potential and it's connecting purpose to opportunity. So when you are aligning your vision and you align it this opportunity with a purpose, then this is when your recruiting becomes effective. Okay, so identifying the potential, connecting purpose to opportunity, and recruiting is helping someone else see a better version of their future. Okay, so your conviction determines their confidence. Your conviction determines their confidence. You are helping them to see what it is that you see. And as we become better recruiters, that's the task that we have at hand. Is sharing this vision, getting people to see it, and not only getting people to see it, but getting people to stick with it. Okay? Getting people to stick with it. So when you're recruiting, you're not forcing people to join. You're not forcing people to join. You're helping them to simply see what it is that you see. All right? So, studies in behavioral psychology shows that confidence and certainty increases persuasion effectiveness. This is a study report. That studies in behavioral psychology shows that confidence and certainty, you knowing what you're talking about, right, increases persuasion effectiveness. Part of the problem is that you cannot convey your vision to people properly when recruiting them. It's because you're not confident and you're not certain yourself. Okay? So when you want people to join your team or you want people to look at your product and you want people to join your network, the truth is people don't join businesses. They join people. They join visions and they join a belief system. That's what they join. That's why you have so many ministries all over the country. Because it's a natural behavior of people. They don't join businesses. They don't know anything about your business. This is a new opportunity. But what they do join is they join your belief system. What they will join is they will join your vision. And what they will join is they join people. And they join people that they what? That they like. All right? So your credibility matters more than your compensation plan. Remember that. These people do business with people that they like. So your trust factors have to be there. Right? Your trust factors, your credibility has to be there. Your energy and your posture and your belief system is what's going to attract them. Because what they're going to ask is one question: do I trust this person? And if they can't trust you, if they don't believe that they trust you and trust your opinion, then it's going to be hard for you to sell the vision. It's going to be hard for you to sell the opportunity. So when you're thinking about recruiting and bringing people in, you need to see what the opportunity and know the complete opportunity that you have in front of you. That's from understanding your compensation plan, from understanding the product value, from understanding exactly how do you market. That's why it's important that you guys are on these calls and you're learning. Because if you're not able to convey a belief system or your belief system to them, or relay your vision, they're not going to join. If they don't trust you, they don't like you, they're not going to join. So that's what's happening as it relates to why we're not recruiting. We're not aligning the opportunity with purpose. Okay? You have to connect purpose to the opportunity. You have to connect it. You got to see when you're dealing with clients, or you're dealing with people that you want to bring into the network and bring into the fold, you have to connect the purpose with the opportunity. And in order for you to do that, you have to understand your opportunity. It's that simple. You have to understand the opportunity. Okay? So recruiting is very, very critical. It's very critical. It's very critical to your success. No organization grows without people. Okay? No organization grows without people. Recruiting is so important because what it does is going to multiply your impact. The more that people know what it is that you do, the stronger the impact. And some of you all that's been with us for some time now, you've heard me say this, years after year, that if these people, if your audience don't know that you have funding opportunities, or don't know that you have EPOP opportunities, or if you even have opportunities for them to earn an income, if they don't know it because you haven't promoted it right, you haven't shared it right, you've done no recruiting efforts, right? So it's important because when you do that, that multiplies your impact. Not doing it decreases your impact. So if you're not recruiting, right? Why do you want to recruit so badly? Because number one, number two, it creates leverage. You cannot do everything on your own. It creates leverage. Remember, we just spoke on the other day that each person is tied to an average of 500 to 600 people, and they don't realize it on average, just by ways of 6 degrees of separation. So when you recruit, if someone recruits me to become part of their network, they're recruiting my network as well. Because if they have something that's beneficial to me, I now plug in my network to what it is that they just brought to my attention. And that's the mindset that you have to have, especially when you're dealing with this EPOP program or building out your agency. Recruiting is important because it builds residual income, not just active income. It builds a residual income for you. Okay? You know that you have the EPOP program, which is massive in your residual income. And then we will have the MRB program as our system goes live soon. We'll have the MRB program where you will make a residual from your monthly your team's membership. So it multiplies your impact, it creates a leverage, it builds your residual income, and it creates duplication and a long-term wealth strategy for you. Because once you do that, you're going to repeat the process. Okay? You're going to repeat the process. And you're able to benefit here because of what? We've got funding, we've got EPOP, which is your residual. That's our flagship program, guys. All right. So if you don't recruit, you don't scale. You don't scale, you have no legacy here. Right? You have to recruit, you have to go out and build. Okay? You have to go out and you must build. People need to know exactly what it is that you do. So when we talk about building relationships first, you're going to always hear us preach that. Why? Because top recruiters don't chase. Top recruiters don't chase. They connect. And when you become a top recruiter and you're just connecting to people and a networker, deals will just come to your table. Your phone will just ring because you've been diligent in building relationships. So top recruiters, they don't chase, they build relationships. Okay? They build relationships. Top recruiters listen. We talked about this before, right? Top recruiters listen more than they talk. They ask about goals. They ask about struggles. They ask about visions. Why? Why do you think that top recruiters want to know about your goals? Why do you think top recruiters want to know about your struggles? Why would a top recruiter want to know about your vision? So they can align the opportunity together. Okay? So they can align this opportunity and the connection together, and the need and the purpose. And what is he doing? He's probing. He's asking questions that's going to allow him to know how to plug in the opportunity. He's looking for the purpose. He's looking for their goals. So now he can tell them about their G2 Global Agency program. He can tell them about the EPOP program. You can tell them how they can come into our network and earn a residual income and be part of your team. Because he's asked the right question, these probing questions. Okay? Top recruiters build genuine relationships. We should always be trying to build long-term relationships. Remember, people join people that they like and they trust. Okay? People that they like and they trust. All right? So you have to take time to understand the people. Don't rush your pitch when you're speaking with them. That's one of the things, that a lot of times that I think that we do because of nervousness. All you have to do is ask a couple of questions. Number one, what do you do? When you're pitching when you're talking with people and you're building a relationship, just flat out asking, hey, let me ask you, what is it that you do? And then once they talk about what it is that they do, you let them talk about what they do. Why? Because people want to talk about themselves and their accomplishments. And in their speaking, you're going to learn more about how you can connect the purpose to the opportunity. But you have to be a great listener, right? Ask, what do you do? Ask, what are your goals? Okay? Remember, people people open up to you when they feel like you're listening to them. People open up to you when they feel heard. Okay? So the strategy with building relationships before the business is really simple. Strategy is to take the time to understand the person that you're trying to build with. Okay? Take the time to understand the person that you're trying to build with. Before you start pitching them anything about G2 Global Network, before you start pitching them about your product, well, you know what you have to offer. You know what it is that you have. Keep that in your back pocket. Learn about the person that you're building with. You want to learn them. You want to learn about their business. Okay? Learn about the struggles of their business. Ask about the challenges of their business. Right? People don't make decisions logically. They make decisions emotionally. Then they justify those decisions logically. This is the psychology of decision making. They make these decisions emotionally and then justify them logically, even in business. I used to think, in business that they always made analytical and logical decisions. I later learned they justify their emotional decisions analytically and logically. Because in business, the emotional part of uh, making the decision is things such as, if I make the wrong decision, what is this going to make? What is it going to make me look like? If I do this the wrong way, how would this, make me look in front of our senior level executives? Things like that. So fear of missing out or fear of looking bad, these are the emotional decisions. Or will it make me look great? Is it going to make me, look like I've saved the company, millions of dollars? Going to make me look like a hero. So they're going to make decisions emotionally and then justify them logically. So when recruiting, understand that people are driven by pain or desire. So when you're speaking with individuals, you have to know about their pain and desires, right? So how do you do that? You have to learn about their conversation. What is it that you do? Your job is to build trust. Okay. In their mind, they're asking, can I trust you? They're asking, can I do this? Will this improve my life? Right? Okay. So those are the questions that they're asking, and your job is to build trust. We can go into some different tactics and techniques to do that, but your basic job is to build trust, and is to reduce fear and increase their belief. People are going to move when those emotions outweigh their doubts. Remember, this is new to them. Okay, when you start sharing with people about things such as EPOP and the agency opportunities and things of that nature, a lot of people may think it's too good to be true, and or it won't work for them, or whatever their hesitation may be. Okay, so you have to tap into their pain or their desire. And that's going to come by you asking questions such as, what do you do? Tapping into their pain, their struggle. Why? Because you want to be able to position the purpose with the opportunity properly. Okay? The purpose and the opportunity. So take time to understand the people, and don't rush the pitch. Okay? Relationship based selling outperforms transactional selling all the time. Okay? Relationship based selling outperforms transactional selling all the time, especially over the long terms. Studies show that active listening increases trust, and closing rates. Okay? Trust and closing rates. So, what people are really looking for. So, when someone joins G2 Global, they're not just joining for money. They're not just joining for money. Yes, you want to make money with G2 Global Network, but that's not the real reason why you're joining. None of you all have been diligent with being part of G2 Global Network for some years now, and some of you all, some of the new faces that has just joined us, you're not here for money. What you're looking for is you're looking for freedom. I'm hearing the stories. Okay, you're looking for time and freedom. You're looking for security. Okay, you're looking for a stable income stream. You're looking to be valued. You're not being valued and recognized on your jobs. You want to be part of a team that's going to value you. You're looking for growth personally and financially. This is why we specialize in mindset development, and we do a lot of coaching financially and as it relates to the opportunities and products with G2 Global Network. And you're looking for a community to belong to. Why? Because it strengthens you. You're only as strong as those that's around you. You're only as strong as those that is around you. Okay? So you want to be part of a community that's going to strengthen you. This is what people are looking for. This is what you're looking for. You're not selling a program. You're offering a vehicle. You're offering a system. And you're offering a future to the people that you're trying to recruit. Okay? So you have to understand that these same people are looking for freedom. They're looking for security. They're looking to be recognized. They're looking for growth and being part of a strong community. So what you have to offer as a G2 Global agency, and you're recruiting other agency that's going to have the same opportunity that you have, and now you're able to earn an override from bringing on other agencies. You're offering them a vehicle, you're offering them a system, you're offering them a future. Okay, so you have to you have to educate people on exactly what we have as it relates to the funding opportunities. You have to educate them on the business strategy programs. You have to educate them on the tax saving programs like the EPOP. In other words, all I'm saying is that you simply have to position yourself as the resource. So you're not selling a program to them. You're offering these vehicles. You're offering a system. You're offering a future to them. You're offering yourself as being the resource to them and for them to have access to some of these things and these things that they wouldn't necessarily have had access to. Okay. So you have to lead with value. You have to lead with value. So you have to give before you start asking. Don't open up with joining your network. You have to give before you start asking. Okay? So what do I mean? You have to educate them on the funding opportunities. Okay? You have to educate them on the business strategies. You got to talk to them. You have to talk to them about the EPLP. Don't open up with join my business. You have to give them insight, share knowledge with them, offer solutions. This is after you've done all of this. Is after you've listened to their this is after you've opened up and asked your open-ended questions and you've got them to talk about their business. You still don't want to lead with the opportunity. You just want to start providing insight and sharing some knowledge. Okay, so you don't want to be so quick to saying, "Hey, join my business, because you want them to be clear exactly what it is that you have. But you do that just by planting the seeds and providing insight and sharing knowledge and offering solutions. Okay, so just helping someone understand funding and teaching financial literacy or explaining how the EPOP helps how the EPOP helps the business save money. That's you adding value. You're positioning yourself as a leader. You're not positioning yourself as a salesperson. You're positioning yourself as a resource. So when you help people first, they trust you more. When you help people first, they're going to trust you more. All right? Okay? So the reciprocity principle. Okay? The reciprocity principle is in a book called The Psychology of Influence. Okay? Where they talked about how people feel obligated to respond when value is given first. The reciprocity principle. People feel obligated to respond back when value is given first. So you have to help them to understand by providing insight and knowledge and solutions about what it is that you do before you start asking them to join your business. Okay? So, with that being said, paint the vision clearly. Paint the vision clearly. People need to see themselves winning. They need to see themselves winning. Show them what life looks like with G2 Global Network. Show them what the income potential is like. Talk about the residuals and the lifestyle change and how it can impact their life. Talk about the impact. You have to paint the vision clearly. Talk about the bonuses and talk about the tier 1 bonus and tier 2 bonuses. Okay? What would your life look like if you had consistent residual income every month? See, clarity creates confidence. You have to describe that income potential. You got to talk about that lifestyle change. You have to speak on the residual incomes from the EPOP. Make it real and make it relatable. Okay? You have to help them mentally step into their future because this is something new for them. They're not going to get a lot of people speaking to them regarding EPOP. Not right now. Okay? So this visualization, when painting the picture, what that does, team, it increases motivation and action. Okay? So it's a psychology. So top leaders consistently use vision casting to grow their teams. They're putting a carrot out there. They're putting a carrot out there. They're painting a picture. This is what your life will look like if you hit this goal. This is how your lifestyle will change. Right? So top leaders are always constantly using visuals and vision, what's called vision casting. Okay? It's called vision casting to grow teams. And you have to use vision casting. You have to talk about the vision. You have to talk about what it looks like. You have to talk about the success stories of people on your team and things that you've seen. Right? Even if you haven't had your own story yet, you have to use the stories of your teammates. They're your stories too now. Okay? When we close a 200 employee deal, you close a 200 employee deal. So when you're speaking to your network, how many deals do you guys are closing? Hey, we just closed a 200 deal just recently. Whether it was your deal or not, you have to use the leverage of the deals in your network to talk about the successes. People want to know about the successes, okay? So you have to paint the picture. You have to know these success stories. You have to know who's gotten funded, what kind of deals we're funding. This is why we talk about those things. So you can use those testimonies. Okay? So you can have actual testimonies. So you have to do that until you can get your own. Some of you all have not earned your own testimony yet. I know you're working on it. But there's testimonies from other people. Use theirs. Okay? To help you to close your deals. All right? So social proof is what we're just speaking on. Success stories. You got to talk about personal wins. Success stories create belief faster than numbers. Success stories create beliefs faster than numbers. You want to talk about those personal wins, those testimonies. You want to talk about the journey. Okay, wins from the team. You want to make it emotional, make it relatable. Facts inform and stories transform. Facts inform and stories transform. People believe what they can see and relate to. Facts inform and stories transform. People believe in what they can see and relate to. Listen, we've helped businesses save thousands through our EPOP program. Our partners are earning residual income monthly, month after month after month. Okay? And that's a fact. So you want to create that urgency and that create urgency and decision energy. People delay decisions when there's no urgency. You want to create a sense of timing. Highlight opportunity windows. Emphasize momentum. This is what top recruiters do. I do that all the time. Okay? I do that all the time when I'm on my closing calls or on sales calls with clients. I create a sense of timing and urgency. What time are you going to be able to get those documents over? You know we only have 3-day window. We need to get this deal closed in the next 72 hours. Can you get this over to me by 10 o'clock tonight? Okay? So movement creates momentum and momentum creates success. All right? So movement creates momentum and momentum creates success. So delay kills opportunity. Delay kills opportunity. So when you're speaking to the people that you're recruiting, you want to emphasize that timing thing, okay? You want to emphasize that timing thing. You want to emphasize the growth phase of G2 Global Network. You want to emphasize the early positioning, them getting in right now. You want to emphasize that right now. You want to let them know in the next 2 to 3 years, this thing is going to be saturated, especially with this EPOP program. This is not anything you want to sit around and let go by. You're going to be angry. You're going to see a lot of people make a lot of money, and you're going to have had this in your hands in the beginning, and you're going to say, oh, shoot, I had this right in my hands right in the beginning. I should have taken advantage of it. Okay? So you have to create that urgency. All right. So there's 3 powerful recruiting questions that I want you to ask. If I can show you a way to earn a high commission and build monthly residual income, would you be open to taking a look? Number 1. If I can show you a way to earn a high commission and build a residual income, would you take a look? Would you be open to taking a look? Okay. That's a low pressure and opens curiosity. Low pressure, right? What would it mean for you and your family if you had an additional stream of income coming in every month? See, that's an emotional trigger. He talked about his family. Nobody's going to tell you, well, if I had additional income, I wouldn't want to give it to my family, right? It's an emotional trigger. It gets them thinking personally. Are you open to position yourself with a company that helps businesses save money while creating long-term wealth for its partners? We're talking about aligning yourself in purpose again and profit. Position G2 as being impactful. That positions G2 Global. I'm sorry, G2 Global as being impactful. Right? So these are your recruiting questions. Lisa's going to give you guys a handout so you'll have this stuff as well. Okay. But these are your recruiting questions. Okay. Low pressure, opens curiosity. You know, if you asking someone if you can just show them, if I can show you a way to earn high commission and build a monthly residual income, would you be open to it? Very low pressure, right? What would an extra $3,000, $10,000 a month do for you? Would you be open to a business that creates both upfront and residual income? Okay. What about, are you open to earning additional income if it makes sense? These are just simple questions. So this is what your top recruiters do. It's keeping it simple. Keep it simple. Okay. You're basically trying to share the vision of what it is that you have. All right. So the mindset shift, the closing, right? Recruiting is not about convincing, it's about connecting, believing, and leading. It's not about convincing. Your belief sets your recruiting level. You cannot recruit beyond your belief level. You cannot recruit beyond your belief level. You must believe. You got to believe in the opportunity. You have to believe in the system. You have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe it, they won't feel it. If you doubt the system, the people are going to feel it. If you believe strongly, the people will follow. Confidence is contagious. Confidence is contagious. Your high performing leaders consistently exhibit strong convictions of what they believe. Okay? So if you doubt the system, the people are going to feel it. If you believe in the system strongly, the people are going to follow you. But if you don't believe it, they won't believe it. So you got to believe in the opportunity, you have to believe in the system, and you have to believe in yourself. Okay? Because it's about connecting, believing, and leading. Every person you talk to, every person that you talk to is one conversation away from changing their life. Why? Because you have something powerful that they have not heard yet. And you are one conversation away from building a team that changes yours. Okay? So it's not all about numbers. It's about influence and impact. One strong recruit can change your entire business. One strong one can change your entire business. Focus on quality, not just quantity. Stay consistent and stay in the game. One thing for sure, that if you do not recruit, you will not have a team. If you do not recruit, your income is going to match it. Okay? So every conversation that you have matters. Every conversation that you have matters. Someone you speak to this week, and I want you to listen to me. Somebody that you're speaking to this week is praying for opportunity like what you have. They just don't know that it exists. The question is, Will you show it to them? Will you show them the opportunity? And that's why you have every Monday call at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our synergy call at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you want to bring someone that's looking for an opportunity to that call so we can share the opportunity. Okay? Success in recruiting starts with belief, not skill. Okay? You don't need everyone. You just need the right ones. You don't need everybody. You just need the right people. And the bigger your vision, the easier recruiting becomes. People will follow conviction, not perfection. Okay? That's one thing, even with G2 Global Network. Guys, we're not perfect. But you guys know that we believe in what we do. We believe in what we're building. We're not perfect. We're going through growing pains, right? But we're not perfect. But we believe in our conviction in building this network and building this company, which means that we have to stay in the trenches. On Mondays at 7 p.m., make sure that you're inviting people out to share this opportunity with them with G2 Global Network. Listen, your network determines your net worth. Your network determines your net worth. Without building your network, your net worth is going to follow. Okay? So, all right. So don't forget this Monday coming up is going to be our synergy call for all of you all that's on the call that's new to our organization. Make sure that you're inviting out your team and your group, and you want to make sure that you pack out on Monday calls. Okay, so start telling people about the opportunity. I know you have a packet coming out to you guys that's coming out to you this week. If you have not received it, if it's not out to, I'm sorry, if it hasn't come out today, it'll probably come out to you tomorrow. Okay, so keep your eye out for that, and just remember to keep your wings up and continue to keep on striving to reach higher heights, guys. All right, just go out and go recruit, guys. Build your team. Wings up. This is your guy Mo. I'll see each and every one of you all at the top.